else you got there?
I also today started with this delicious dry rosé.
Hey, that bottle's empty.
It is.
Why are you holding it up like a model?
Because I want the people to see the beautiful label. This is from Milbrandt Vineyards in Columbia Valley in Washington. And I'm especially fond of this producer because I got a chance to meet Butch Milbrandt and his team in their vineyards there in Walla Walla, actually, about 4 years ago. So super cool team. And this dry rosé is made from Syrah, I think.
You're not sure?
I'm not sure. You know what's funny is it says, pair this rosé with Butch Milbrandt's Spice Up Your Love wasabi crusted scallops.
No, it doesn't.
It does. Me and Butch were big fans of wasabi, apparently.
It sure does.
Sure does.
It's too bad there's not any here to try with the wasabi.
I tried it with wasabi earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
I tried it also with nothing while I was cooking.
Sounds about right.
I'm going to guess this is made with Syrah or possibly Malbec from his vineyards there in Columbia Valley in Washington. But really juicy and delicious. And the cool thing about this is it's still 2016 and it's holding up really, really well. So if you remember from episode 1,
no, I don't.
we talked about the current vintage of rosé being 2017, and it's not the kind of wine that has an extraordinarily long shelf life. So for 16 to still be holding up really well is a big deal. And
huge deal.
Huge.
Oh my God, I don't know why CNN isn't reporting on this.
Anderson Cooper is a big fan, probably.
Why?
I think it's great. And I purchased it for $7.99, and I'm going to be going back and purchasing it several more times for $8 a bottle for the rest of the spring and summer. I think it's great. I'm really happy about it.
Cool.
How was your trip to Mexico?
It was good, actually. It was really good.
Did you have any what's a residence in
experiences? No. People were very nice, except for the total jerk customs guy. Did I tell you a story?
No.
No, I didn't. This is fresh off the presses. So, well, first of all, leaving out of O'Hare, of course, we were delayed, and then had to take an even longer route because we had to go around storms in Kansas to go to Mexico.
Kansas, am I right?
Totally.
Did a house land on somebody's sister?
No, there was no houses, since I couldn't tell and I didn't care. So we got in, we were supposed to get in about 10:30, didn't get in until a little after noon, maybe like 12:15, somewhere in that area. Get off the plane. Super nice airport, by the way. Nicer than most in Monterrey, Mexico. Nicer than most of the U.S. airports that I've been in. Get off the airplane. I'm kind of towards the front of the line because I sat towards up the front. And get out to the customs line, right? And there's they kind of held us in a pen, and then they let us all go at once because they were getting the people ready. And there was this jerk customs guy on the Mexican side that was checking your immigration forms. No. And if you didn't have this thing filled out exactly the way he wanted to, he would send you to the back of the line. And at this point, there's probably 150 people in line.
Can't you do that all on an app now?
No, can't. Not going into Mexico. So there were several of us who did not meet his criteria who got routed to the back of the line after we were already in the front. He was the only customs agent who was doing that. The other customs agents were all helping other people get them filled out, and this guy was just meh. Total jerk. But other than that, it was a great trip. People were nice. Food was really good. We stayed in a really nice hotel, and the area we're at was very Vegas-y. It was kind of brand new sky rises and high-end shopping. There's a Bentley dealer. And
what else did you see while you were there?
else did I see?
In the lobby of the hotel.
The Tesla office. So yeah, the hotel we were at, the Grand Fiesta Americana.
Ooh, El Gran Fiesta.
Yes. Had a Tesla office. I thought it was just a meeting that they were having, but it was literally just like someone's office with one person sitting in it and a Tesla sign. And then apparently in the basement where the parking was, they had a few Tesla cars that you could look at.
But you sent me a picture of something.
Yeah, it was the little tiny little like kid Tesla.
Yeah.
For when you've bought your kid everything else that they don't need, you get them a tiny little Tesla.
It's like at the grocery store where they have the special little kid shopping carts.
Right. Yeah.
But this was a Tesla.
Right. So the hotel was nice. Food was great. People were very cool.
Did you or did you not drink any of the water?
No water. So the trip was fantastic. It was all bottled water. The only time I made a mistake was I ordered a limonada, and I thought it was going to come in a bottle, and it came out in just a glass with ice in it. I was like, nope, no yellow. Get rid of that.
Sin yellow.
Right. And then they brought it back again, and it was still out of the bottle. And not going to take that chance. So I ended up with just another bottle of water. But no issues. So good times.
That's impressive.
It was a good trip. Like I said, it was very nice and tons of mountains in the area. Not something that you see in the Chicago area very much, but these huge mountains that apparently you can climb up, and there's all kinds of tours and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to my next visit. Probably sometime in May. I'll probably actually make 2 more visits in May.
I asked you if I could perhaps accompany you next time, and you found several different reasons why I shouldn't.
Well, yeah, you wouldn't like it. There's really not anything to do. That's the thing. Unless you would just want to sit in a hotel room or just walk. There's not even like a good walking area.
What did I ask you if they had that I would possibly be able to entertain myself?
A bar?
Is
yeah,
there a bar?
The hotel area is actually really nice. There's like a nice outdoor
food?
bar. There's good food, yeah.
What makes you think I wouldn't enjoy myself?
That's all you would be able to do. The city is not designed for pedestrians whatsoever. There are no paths. There's no like sidewalks. It's all just streets.
Did you come across any spirits from, say, Jalisco?
What? No. What are you talking about?
Jalisco is a magical town just to the west of...
So it doesn't exist?
Where you stayed, that's famous for an alcoholic spirit called tequila. Perhaps you've heard of it.
Mezcal was something that people were looking at there. So the last night we were there, we went to an Irish indoor golf bar.
In Mexico?
In Mexico. We took the team that I was there meeting, the customer, out for drinks and appetizers, and we played golf, it was like an indoor driving range, basically, but it was like video. I sucked. I haven't swum a golf club in like 10 years, and it showed. But a lot of these guys hadn't ever swum a golf club at all, so it was kind of like new to them, which was kind of cool. But they were very
Did you feel superior?
Superior? No. I mean, I'm better than most people, but that's not why. What? So they had mezcal there, so of course we got some of that for the guys and kind of had a good night. And I treated because I'm an excellent host. And we were there for like 4 hours, I think, just kind of talking and not a lot of shop talk, which was nice. It was more like cultural, like what's this like, what's that like. And I can tell that I'm boring you because now you're getting more. What is that, port?
No.
What is it?
I was listening.
Okay. Well, that was it. It was a great trip. And now I'm home for a week, and then I go to, where do I go?
Back to New Jersey.
New York, New Jersey for the National Basketball Association to help them out. So that's exciting.
And since you came home on Friday,
I've been snoring on the couch.
Interrupting my television, as I predicted in episode 2.
Maybe you're interrupting my sleep by trying to watch TV down there.
I think that on more than one occasion, I've invited you to go up to the bedroom and just go to sleep.
It's not the same. Is there anything better than just like falling asleep on the couch with like the TV on? It's a Saturday. You got nothing to do. It's pretty great.
I'm happy for you.
Yeah.
poured you.
This is really sweet.
It's sweet, yeah.
This reminds me of Justin Obtuse, kind of. Didn't you want this to go really well with?
A potato chip?
No, I'm thinking like some chocolate.
It would go well with chocolate. It would go well with a lot of nuts, like almonds and pecans, especially if they've been like roasted or candied nuts. This is Madeira. We'll get more into Madeira on another episode.
I thought Madeira was a port. This is not a port?
Madeira is a different part of Portugal. So it's an island actually off of Portugal. Also makes fortified wines. So there are a lot of similarities to port wine, but also a lot of differences in terms of how it's made. I won't bore you with that. But Madeira is actually my preference for after dinner wine. Not as much port anymore, and not as much sherry for the most part, because Madeira has far more versatility and also finishes with more acidity and complexity than a lot of just super sweet, sticky port.
Would you say that it is the Ben Zobrist of wine? A utility player who can play at multiple positions?
I love you so much.
Or maybe a Kyle Schwarber?
No, it's definitely more a Ben Zobrist or a throwback Mark DeRosa of the fortified wine category. In that, yes, it is a utility. It's very versatile. Madeira, in particular, there's several different styles, and my favorite of the bunch is made with the grape Verdelho, which is what this is. And this one is 5-year-old. So
this says 1811, so I know you're lying.
This was established in 1811. And I really enjoy Madeira. I like to finish off an evening with it, especially with nuts and then some hard cheeses, which I don't have in front of us right now, but I would definitely recommend a 12 to 18 month Manchego, Spanish
Baron Manchego from Count of Monte Cristo.
Yes.
I know things.
Or if you don't have a Manchego, a good Parmesan Reggiano would do, but definitely some roasted, especially caramelized pecans or walnuts. I really, really like Madeira. It's kind of my jam. And we'll talk more about fortified wines
and jam
in another episode, because it's really one of my most passionate wine subjects. Right now I'm finishing up the Samarone instead.
You realize we've been talking for almost 32 minutes?
Holy shit.
Language.
Nobody is interested in anything we have to say anymore.
Well, it's because it spent 30 minutes talking about raisinating, whatever that means. Should we call it? Keep going? I mean, we could probably edit this down to a good solid 90 seconds of content.
We could split it into 2 episodes.
Oh.
If we get really excited, I could pull out the really special bottle of Madeira that I have.
Oh, you still my beating heart.
But I think we'll do that another time.
I don't think I could take it. No. I'll tell you what, if we get 1 subscriber to our YouTube channel who isn't me or you, then we'll break out that bottle. How about that?
What if it's my dad?
That counts. We got to start somewhere, right? All right. Should we call it?
I feel like I have so much more to say.
I'm sure you do.
We'll talk again later this week.
Probably. All right. That's it for 2 drink minimum this week. Bye.
Bye.